Alright everybody, we're back with the Blue in the Face playthrough for Xcom Chimera Squad. As we continue moving forward, our squad is getting more and more powerful, learning new abilities and developing new synergies. And for today's episode, we're going to push those synergies to the limit. But before we do, I want to give a special shout out to all of my patrons. Aldino, Alex, Avi, Evipen, Ipseus, Jason, Jay, Khaled, Kunaka, Miniflame, Papa Nurse, Ronaldo, Roland, Slen, the Macman, and Wade. You guys are freaking awesome for the continued support, and I greatly appreciate it. For anyone else that wants to provide more support to the channel than you already do just by watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, you can head over to patreon.com/iBluairJgR to become a patron. With all of that said, it's time for us to get into Chimera Squad. Alright, we're back and we're ready to do the Turncoat mission. This one is very juicy. We've got 75 intel and 40 credits, as well as a reduction in unrest. Let's get into it. The loadouts for our characters are the same pretty much across the board, except Verge has some new stuff on him. I'm using the Region Weave. He regenerates 2 health each turn. I do enjoy the Region Weave on him because I tend to have Verge come into the fight, pick whatever cover he's going to pick, and just leave him there for the entire encounter, because he always wants to be using both of his action points on something other than moving, the way I like to play him. So this Region Weave is going to help us. If he does take damage, he can just kind of sit there and tank it and keep healing up and not have to worry about full cover too much. For the rest of our guys, we've got med kits across the board, as well as the medi patches, but we don't need to worry about the medi patches because there's only one encounter. But the important stuff is we have AP rounds on Godmother. We've still got that reflex grip to allow our standard shot to not end our turn. And we have tracer rounds on Torque and Patchwork to give them a bit of extra aim. And I'm going to try and do some fun stuff with this Impetuous Spire and use that banish ability that it comes with. So let's get in there and start slaying some fools.
Friendly VIP ready for evac. Hostiles on the move.
This mission type is typically one of the harder mission types. We have to get a VIP to an extraction point, and there are going to be a lot of reinforcements to contend with. So basically what we want to do is wipe the board before the reinforcements start spawning, but that may not be possible. Especially in the early game, this mission type is, I try to skip it as much as possible because it's nearly impossible in the early game. So for our breach point, we've got the best for last unit through this entrance is guaranteed to land their shot. How do we want to do this? I'll put Verge first and Godmother second, and she'll throw out the target analyzer. Patchwork third with the combat scanners, and fourth is going to be Torque. So Torque is not going to get to do too much with her poison for the first round, but in the second round, that poison is going to start ticking down and really hurting guys. All right, here we go. So we've got a turret. Wow, there's a lot of targets to contend with. There's one aggressive enemy, and it's the android. I don't like the android, so we're going to try and focus that down. Of course, we miss our first shot. That's going to make this more difficult. All right, let's use Alpha Strike with Godmother. So this will bring her up in the timeline. She got that crit for 7 with the AP rounds. That's absolutely what we wanted to happen. And I think I'm finally understanding the target analyzer. It seems like it affects the agent that threw it and the agent that went right before them, but nobody else gets the target analyzer. So that makes it a little bit less powerful. And we got a chrysalid on the field as well. The turrets, I'm pretty sure I can kill in one shot with my gremlin. So I'm going to just attack the chrysalid, shooting it through the wall with that wall bang right there. And I suppose I'll send this poison out to the hitman. He's a beefy target. If he survives all the way until Torque gets to take her turn, then she'll shoot at him and have that 50% chance to crit.
Here's the VIP.
Okay, boys.
Have the target.
And possibly girls, but probably just boys. It's time for us to put up or shut up. It is a 4v5, 4v6. I can't do math, but we should be all right. Oof, we got a bomber. That's not good. So the bomber has a mark over his head that signifies that he's going to shoot at our VIP. So we do want to try and take him out, and I'm pretty sure I know exactly how I want to do that. So We're going to start with Battle Madness on the Hitman. So this is going to make him potentially go berserk. And when he does go berserk, he's going to lash out and attack a random target on his team. And he did so, and he attacked the bomber. So that's actually exactly what I wanted him to do. Turret is going to get to go before Patchwork goes, unfortunately. But I'm not going to shoot at it because I'm pretty sure I can one tap it. Ooh, this is a lot going on here. All right, let's send some shots out on this Chrysalid. All right, we hit the meat. We got 3 damage, not bad. We do get to move the VIP, but there's not really any great places he can go. And that's part of what makes most of the missions in Chimera Squad difficult is that the placement of your units is oftentimes never ideal. In XCOM 2 and Enemy Unknown, if you place your unit in a place where they can get flanked, you've oftentimes made a huge mistake. But a lot of times in Chimera Squad, it's so hard to prevent either a flank or just some shenanigans from happening. Now, it's time for Godmother to get completely nuts. She's got 3 action points at her disposal, so we're going to do her wombo combo again. I want to try and kill this Chrysalid. No luck there.
Missed the hostile.
I believe in you.
I don't have great shot percentages, so I'm probably just going to be throwing out just this 63. I'm going to send it out again. Damn, nothing.
No hit on target.
All right, well, we still get to do our big thing, and that's Ventilate. Ventilate is so awesome because when it's used next to a vehicle, so this ability, it destroys cover and it's guaranteed to hit. If a person is next to a vehicle, it should blow it up. And there it is. The bomber has been eliminated. So that was not a bad turn overall, but it is unfortunate that the Chrysalids did not get tagged by Godmother. And our weapon's been disabled on Torque. That's unfortunate. Oh no. The civilian's been turned into a Chrysalid spawner. What can I do here? Well, okay, Patchwork's car is about to blow up. We certainly don't want to be there. Honestly, I'm gonna ignore the turret for now because I feel like it's not gonna cause me that much grief. I'm gonna push Patchwork up. I don't know if I'm gonna get the zap on it. No, I'm not gonna get her zap. But what I can do is a nice chaining jolt on the Chrysalid cocoon because I kind of don't want more Chrysalids to spawn. We're doing all right, though. We have this under control so far. Oh, yeah, we got this under control.
I'm a little banged up.
Stay with us.
Okay. This is beautiful. Never have I ever seen something so absolutely glorious in my entire life. Well, since we do have a free reload, that makes things a lot better for us. I'm going to move up and then just try and take a shot on the Hitman, see if it connects. That'd be nice if it does. 74, not horrible. That 50-50 on the crit. We don't even need the crit in order to kill him, but there we go, we got it.
Confirm.
And just like that, the reinforcements are coming in. But this is it. We should have this under control, and we should even be able to get some good damage on the reinforcements as they come in, if they come in through the right spot. So I'm going to put Verge on Overwatch to blast open this door. Well, that's unfortunate. Civilian died because he stood next to a car that was going to explode. That's on him. I'm not mad about that. That's his fault. Sorry. Oh, that's right. My wombo combo with Godmother uses all of her ammo on the first turn. So she has to reload now, and I kind of don't want to reload right now. I just want to run up and beat this Chrysalid to death. We'll reload later. It's fine.
Failed to subdue.
And it looks like the turret doesn't have proper line of sight on us, so it can't do anything. It's just gonna Overwatch.
got the hostage.
And then with Patchwork, we don't even have to shoot our gun to kill the chrysalid. We can just walk next to it and it gets zapped. Oh, it's amazing. So we'll just put her on Overwatch. And then same thing with Torque. We'll slither up and then go on Overwatch. Our team is very strong. Even with Verge being the weakest member of the squad, we're still able to do so much with our main members that it's amazing. We're gonna get him leveled up really easily. Hello, boys. Time to get wasted.
Rolling out.
Good damage. Good damage. Bad damage. Damn it. Oh, well, it's never perfect, is it? Okay, here we go. So we've kind of reached a point in this mission where we're at a rough spot because a wave of reinforcements spawned and they are behind us. So we have to deal with them before we push forward. Because unlike with XCOM 2, where you can have everybody move to the evac on the same turn, I still have to go through the freaking timeline in order to get people out. So if I move Verge to the evac and Godmother to the evac and the VIP to the evac right now, then there's going to be a bunch of enemies on the field that are just going to lay into them, to the remaining two guys before they get to leave. So I do have to figure out a way to contend with this, and I'm probably going to use Team Up. I managed to save it up to this point, so I should be able to do some big damage with it. So we're going to bring Verge back out, and we're going to use Battle Madness. And hopefully he goes Berserk? He resisted it. Damn, that's unfortunate. So that messes up my plan a little bit. Since he resisted the Berserk, he's not going to take a shot at anybody. But I do still get connected to the neural network, so I do get a 10% boost to aim with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot at this commando, but first I'm going to team up with Patchwork. That's going to bring her next on the timeline. So we got to deal with these guys that have flanked us. So we're going to shoot at the commando. All right, thankfully that connected, because that would have completely ruined my plan if it didn't. And now it's Patchwork's turn. She is gonna she can't make it to the evac right now, so we're gonna walk up, and then we're gonna chaining jolt on the android, and it's gonna kill the android and the commando.
Overloading target.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Dead. Perfect. Oh, this is going so well. And then the VIP, they just make a break for it, and we don't have to worry about them getting shot in the face anymore or blown up by some dumb shit. And then finally, Godmother, she did get shot with the turret and marked by it last turn, so I do want to move her somewhere else. I could probably evac Godmother at this point because everybody else is going to make it to the evac next turn. So I think we're good. I think we won. I think we won this mission. And you know what? Since we did win, let's just move to the evac and ventilate one more time. Oh, that's unfortunate. I always feel like a bit of an asshole when I'm on the evac point ready to leave and I still kill people. Is it wrong that I do that? I don't think so. I mean, they're bad guys. They're trying to kill me, so whatever. If you didn't want to get poison spit in your face, then you shouldn't have tried to kill our VIP. And there we go. We made it out with light wounds on almost everybody. Verge is unharmed. I don't think he is going to get a promotion from this, but it would be really nice if he did, because he doesn't even have a breach ability yet. But look at this. Unfortunately, I didn't subdue anybody. I went full murder squad on this mission, but we still got some very hefty rewards, so I'm very happy about the way that turned out.
Hybrid citizens surrounded NextGen today in an impromptu protest regarding the Fade. A NextGen spokesperson had this to say.
There is no secret cure for the Fade. We're working as fast as we can, but we have to do this right.
But with 5 confirmed deaths, those who suffer from the Fade are far from reassured.
People are dying. We are dying. Something has to give.
We'll keep you informed of any developments. This is Celio Dash for Channel 37.
Once again, this disease called the Fade is affecting the hybrid citizens. So people like Cherub and Zephyr are the ones that are being affected by it, and the scientists are working as hard as they can to get the cure, but there's always that thought in the back of your mind that says, are they doing everything they can because they're not affected by it? Are they trying as hard as they can because their lives aren't at stake? It's just lives of other people. Questions that are very interesting to ask. So we didn't get a promotion on Verge, but we did get a promotion on Godmother and Torque, so let's see what it is. All right, so on Godmother, we have Overtime. Godmother immediately gains bonus crit and dodge and takes an additional turn in 3 turns. Bonuses last until the end of the next turn. Free action, 1 use permission. Okay, so we have a ridiculous opener now with her. We do Alpha Strike during the breach, then we Overtime, shoot, ventilate, and then she gets another turn, reload, shoot 1 more time. There's nothing that conceivably survive if it's within shotgun range for Godmother. That sounds nuts. And for Torque, we got her final ability as well. Vicious Bite. Torque rears up and swiftly takes... And for Torque, we got Vicious Bite. Torque rears up and swiftly strikes an adjacent target with a devastating bite, dealing major damage and applying poison with a 3-turn cooldown. So we've got a lot of ways to poison targets now. We've got our Breach ability, we've got Poison Spit, and we've got Vicious Bite. So we can really be almost like a melee unit with the way we use this. We Toxic Greeting during the Breach. Then we can slither up to somebody and Vicious Bite. Then we can Poison Spit and shoot somebody. There's a lot of stuff we can do with our poison abilities now. It seems like an interesting way to build the character. But funnily enough, now that I have 3 different agents at maximum level, I'm gonna start cycling them out, and I'm gonna start using more of my weaker agents because I just want more people leveled up. And also because the stronger agents need to go through training to unlock their ultimate abilities, like what Claymore is doing right now. So I do have to be very careful, though, because if I get rid of too many people, then my squad will be too weak. Like, if I get rid of right now... If I took, let's say, Godmother off the squad, then I would lose so much power, especially because the mission that I'm about to do is the Outbreak, and these missions are tough if you don't have a lot of DPS. But here's what I will do. Here's what I will do. I'm going to swap out Torque for Shelter. Shelter is legit simultaneously the best character in the game and the worst character in the game. I've tried so many times to start campaigns with Shelter in my starting roster, and it doesn't work ever. Shelter, he's like a really weak character early on, but he scales with his abilities super fast and super strong. So if we can get him leveled up, it'll be great. So let's go back into the armory and see what he can do right now. I do have his Breach ability, Dazzle. Shelter launches a psionic blast that disorients all enemies near the breach point. Targeted enemy is disoriented for an extra turn, 1 use permission. So this has some good potential for us to prevent some damage that'll come at us. It'll disable enemy abilities if they have any. Though it won't. I don't know that this affects robotic enemies, so that is unfortunate against Sacred Coil, but that's okay. But that's all we have. We also have Relocate. We can swap places with an ally or an enemy. That has some fun finesse that I can do with Godmother, potentially. I can run up to an enemy and then switch places with Godmother, and then she'll take a shot on it. I could do that with Patchwork as well. There's cool stuff that I can do with him. But Let's, whoa, I have a lot of intel. I'm going to save it until the scavengers market comes up. I have 260 right now. But yeah, let's assign an agent to do something. I guess I need money, so let's just do glide handling with Torque. And let's go deal with this outbreak. Once again, chrysalids are on the mission. Very difficult. But let's kit this guy out. Let's give him as much stuff as we can. Make items available. We got the impact frame. I'm not going to give him the autoloader. We'll give him the match weave for the dodge. Breach item. Doesn't matter. There's only one breach point in this mission. Utility items. Actually, we don't need smoke grenade for this. We need plasma grenade. The outbreak is a tough mission type. You got to be hyper aggressive on this and save civilians. So I want to do as much damage as I can as quickly as possible. So having a grenade is going to be nice. So we've also got a regular frag grenade on Patchwork as well. So those are free actions that we can take to speed things along. And I'll just give Verge the autoloader because why not? I'm lying. What am I doing? Stop it. We'll give it to Patchwork because she's got Banish on her gun. So after she uses it, she can get a free reload. All right, let's do it. Let's go save some people from the outbreak.
Civilians in the zone. Pick your targets.
Will do. All right, so we've got Overseer. Last unit through the entrance activates Overwatch. First unit 3 gets 1 armor for the whole encounter. We'll give that to Godmother. I'm lying. We'll give it to Shelter. Godmother second with the target analyzer. Patchwork third. Combat scanners. Verge in the final slot. You can't use anything.
We're heading in.
All right, well, time for some razzle dazzle. Let's see what this does. Well, bam. All right, we got a lot of disorients. That should be helpful for us. And we're going to start off with the Alpha Strike on the Berserker. And we got the crit as well. Oh, this is going to be nuts. And Verge? Come on, Verge. Finish it off for me, dude. There we go. Look at us. Look at us. I've been playing a lot of strategy games lately between XCOM 2, this, Total War, Civ 6, and I've been getting so much satisfaction from it, more so than I've typically gotten with first-person shooters and specifically Destiny. So I don't know what that says, but it's interesting. Now, there's a lot of enemies on the field. There's 6 of them again. 7? 7? 7. So what's 7 plus 4? 7 plus 4 is 11. Yeah, 7 enemies on the field. Okay, so the way this works is the enemies are going to attack us, but they're also going to attack civilians. And if 3 civilians die, then we lose the mission. And that's obviously not good. So what I have to do is figure out how to save people. And probably the best way that I can do that is by just aggressively bringing people up in the timeline. So I'm going to start off by team up on Patchwork. So she's going to get to use Banish really soon. Next, we are going to relocate with a Berserker. Now you're probably thinking, that's ridiculous, and it is. But that's going to put the Berserker right next to Patchwork, and then it's going to get zapped, and it's going to trigger Overwatch. So he's not happy, obviously, but I don't care about his happiness. I only care about mine. So it's time to start chucking grenades out and seeing what we can do with it. We can potentially destroy that guy's cover, or we can shred some armor. And I think I'm going to shred the armor on the Bruiser. Bruisers are surprisingly difficult to deal. So that was our free action. We've set the car on fire. And I could take a shot on this guy and probably kill him. Well, it's not a guaranteed kill. I'm going to use preparation to put myself back on the timeline. Now it's Patchwork's turn. Unfortunately, the Berserker lives. But it's okay. I actually don't have to focus that weakened Berserker with Banish or even with Patchwork at all. I don't even have to look at it. right now because Godmother is also ready to go right now. So I'm going to chuck out this grenade and blow up this guy's cover. So that's another free action. And we blew up the car. And the car killed 2 people. And we've got even more stuff that we can do right now. I'm going to... Stasis field it doesn't end my turn. Oh, we're getting absolutely nuts right now. I don't want the chrysalids to kill any civilians, but they're gonna. But I can potentially limit it by using stasis field on it. So that's gonna prevent it from ooh. We're cooking right now, and it smells so freaking good. Okay, and finally, banish. Say goodbye to... Well, 68% chance to miss all of our shots. I'll take it. Miss. Please.
Darn it.
Please. Alright, well, we blew up the car, so that's nice. Come on, girl. You better hit one of them shots. Alright, she got one. Please, Patchwork. Oh,
Dropped my target.
thank you. You beautiful, beautiful girl. Okay. Okay. Now we got this guy. We can potentially blow him up. No kill. That's 1. That's 2. Hostile down. Overtime free action. Godmother has been re-added to the timeline. And what do we do now? Do I move up or do I take a defensive action like reload or what? I think that's a little bit too much Godmother on the playing field, don't you? That seems silly. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Reloaded.
And now it's Shelter's turn. Because Shelter, his damage output is terrible at this point in the game. So I don't need Shelter to be in the front right now. So I'm going to swap him with Godmother, bring her closer to the action. And I'm also going to bring Shelter back up as well. And this chrysalid is not even going to get to go because it's in stasis. Dude, what are we doing right now? What is happening? Overtime, 50% chance to crit, please. Damn it!
That went wide.
Trust in the training.
Come on, just crit and kill it. Yes! This is so silly. Well, okay. In the end, we're not gonna clean the entire board in one round.
Be careful.
But that was amazing. Can I stupor this guy and prevent him from acting? Damn, he's still gonna have an action, but I don't think he's gonna be in range to kill anything. Okay.
I can keep going.
My flawless mission was ruined. Man, oh man. I was on track to getting a flawless, and it just got ruined by a freaking chrysalid. How wonderful.
Watch my back.
Yeah, well.
Zapping the target.
Heading over.
Good form.
Trading places.
Oh my goodness.
I know, my God. I was so close to getting a flawless mission, dude, and that one freaking chrysalid, even though we subdued it and took away its action point, it still had enough range to get to Godmother and swipe her up. But that was a textbook usage of Shelter and Godmother and relocate. That was amazing. Oh my God. I think now, though, you can probably see why Shelter is simultaneously the best character and the worst character in the game. Because if you don't have all these other character abilities to make Shelter's abilities stronger, then he's just kind of not that great. But because I can swap places with people and trigger their abilities, oh, it's so nutty.
They imprisoned you, placed you in a box, ran tests, all for what you were. And then, a final indignity. You, the master of this world, forced to swear loyalty. To them, they wanted your word. But their own words? They mean nothing. You weren't in prison. It was a repatriation camp. Almost sounds pleasant. A place for their hideous offspring to waste their summers. But you see the truth. The old world, risen from where we first drowned it. Do not adjust. Do not change. For now, you walk the bonded stair.
And, well, that's a dark broadcast from the bonded stairs. So, from what I can gather, the guy that is doing the bonded stair radio station is a sympathizer with, I suppose, the elders and the alien invaders, and he believes that I guess the aliens rightfully won the planet and the humans took it back, and it's like the captors have become the captives have become the captors now, kind of situation. It's a role reversal, and he doesn't like what's going on. So and maybe there is some merit to it, because when you think about it, humanity is being very careful, right? They chose not to genocide all the aliens, and they're like, look, we can probably try to figure out a way to live together, but we got to do something about y'all first. Like, they started giving mutants cats to make sure that they don't freak out, to teach them how to be nice people instead of just mindless killing machines that smash everything, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But it's fascinating. I really enjoy the radio dialogue that comes up in this game. So let's give out our promotions now. I've played Shelter in a different playthrough, and I've maxed out his tree once, and his abilities get really nuts. But there's basically two different styles that you can go for with Shelter, and I often go with the more defensive style. Temporal Shift upgrades relocate so that it delays the next turn of relocated enemies. That timeline manipulation is nuts in this game. It's a very powerful thing to do to push enemies down in the timeline. But I also find value in Distortion Field. Upgrades relocate so that Xcom units, including Shelter, gain 50 defense until their next turn. You can save somebody from a bad situation with that. Shelter becomes significantly more durable from that. You can make really risky plays with him and not worry as much about him getting hit, because basically when he relocates, he's given himself full cover. So it's very strong. Now, there's a lot of other decisions that could potentially. The interesting thing about Shelter too is that the decision that we make with this Distortion Field could come back to bite us in the ass, because I want to choose Distortion Field, and it'll be really good against Sacred Coil, but Temporal Shift is better against the Progeny, the last faction that I have to kill, because the Progeny has a lot of attacks that are guaranteed to hit, so increased defense doesn't do anything against them. So, swings and roundabouts. You get screwed in the swings and you get screwed in the roundabouts. So let's just take Distortion Field because I like it better, and it's fine. And then for Verge, we just got our first ability, Levitation. So this we can use during the breach. Verge lifts an enemy into the air, removing their cover bonuses during the breach. Levitation cancels all alert or aggressive enemy behaviors, so we can mitigate some damage with that. It's very nice. And we also finished Claymore's armor training, so now he's getting thicker by the minute. And now we're going to do heavy ordnance. This is going to take 5 days, and we'll get to see exactly what it does as soon as it's done, but I'm pretty sure that gives him an extra grenade. And the last thing that we're going to do today is look at the scavengers market, and we've got a pistol in there that grants the fan fire ability. That would be amazing for Cherub. He never shoots his gun, but that's because his gun isn't very strong. Maybe giving him the ability to use fan fire would be nice. The targeting system is also nice. When you shoot at an enemy, it hollow targets that enemy for all of your teammates, so that could potentially be valuable. I might put that on Verge because he's not really a killer, but he does take shots. I usually go Battle Madness and then I shoot. So what the hell? We're gonna buy both of these, the pistol and the target analyzer. Well, I said we were done, but I guess what I'll do is reduce the... I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reduce the district unrest in Old Town because I'm going to clear this out in a day anyway, and I'm going to reduce it by 2 once I do the mission. And then for the next mission, I'll tell you guys what I'm going to do. An epic submachine gun. Oh, we kind of have to do that. What's the other reward? An epic shock. No, I have to make a choice. Making choices is so difficult. Okay. I suppose I should do this mission over here in the Fringe for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that it's giving me intel in addition to the epic submachine gun, and this one is just giving me the epic submachine gun without the intel. But also, by doing this mission in the Fringe, I'm preventing 2 chevrons from being added to the district unrest, whereas I'm only preventing 1 chevron from being added over here. I don't know if that is super meaningful, but overall we're getting quantitatively more from doing this arms robbery mission than we would from doing slow burn. So the next time we come back, we're going to do arms robbery and we're going to have a good time. We're going to continue with Shelter, Verge, Patchwork, and Godmother. They seem like a very good team. Shelter can manipulate Patchwork and Godmother incredibly well because of the abilities that they have that activate automatically in proximity to enemies. So we can do some nutty things with that. So we're going to continue on in a little bit. So stay tuned for more.